So Donald Trump, since I know you're watching, I have 4 words for you. Turn the volume up. January 1st, I will be sworn in as the mayor of New York City.
January will begin everybody's term.
You won't believe what just happened. Hollywood is buzzing. New York is celebrating. And the internet can't stop replaying it. This isn't just another political headline. This is a story that went viral overnight, taking over every feed, chat, and talk show segment. Because this time, politics didn't just make history, it became entertainment. At the center of it all is Zohran Mamdani, the man who completely changed the game in New York City. At just 34 years old, Zohran didn't simply win the mayoral race, he redefined what success looks like. He is now the youngest person in more than a century to lead the country's largest city and the first Muslim mayor in New York's complex history. It's a milestone that feels long overdue, yet almost unbelievable. And if you think this was a standard campaign, think again. This wasn't a controlled press tour filled with corporate sponsors and rehearsed sound bites. It was a wave of raw energy that shook the streets, screens, and political system itself. Zohran campaigned not like a traditional politician, but like a true New Yorker. He spoke directly to the people, honest, emotional, and unfiltered. He confronted difficult issues rather than avoiding them. He didn't rely on PR talking points. Instead, he walked the neighborhoods, met people face to face, and shared his genuine beliefs. That approach set him apart. By election night, the city felt electric. You could sense it everywhere, on the trains, in diners, on street corners. People who had lost faith in politics were paying attention again. When the final results came in and Zohran Mamdani's name appeared on every screen, history was made. Cheers erupted across boroughs. Cars honked throughout the night. Crowds celebrated in the streets as if it were New Year's Eve. Yet in that historic moment, with cameras flashing and microphones crowded around him, Zohran didn't deliver a long speech. He didn't thank donors. He didn't read from a teleprompter. He simply approached the microphone, paused, and spoke 4 words that would change everything.
So Donald Trump, since I know you're watching, I have 4 words for you. Turn the volume up.
That moment, those 4 words amplified everything. Simple, sharp, and bold. It was a phrase that didn't just trend, it stuck. Within seconds, it became a cultural phenomenon. People remixed it into TikToks, added it to Instagram Reels, printed it on shirts, and quoted it across social media. It wasn't merely a campaign line, it was a statement, a challenge. It declared, you can try to ignore us, but we're going to make noise anyway. As the internet erupted, television screens lit up too, because someone had something to say. Someone unafraid to speak her mind, especially about New York. The very next morning, Whoopi Goldberg sat at the table on The View, and her reaction captured it all.
January will begin everybody's term.
Yeah.
And that's what we're looking for. And hopefully, they won't have won and then become people who are not listening anymore. This is where we come in. We must remind everybody who won what their job is supposed to be and why you voted for them. And when it's not happening, it is our right as New Yorkers, as Americans, to say what is happening. I gave you...
That was classic Whoopi, no filters, no fluff, just the truth. She reminded everyone watching that the job doesn't end when the votes are counted. That's when it really begins. Her message resonated. You wanted change, and now it was up to you to protect it. It wasn't merely political commentary. It was guidance from one of the city's most trusted voices, and her words carried weight. Clips of her takes spread rapidly, from late-night shows to fan accounts. Many felt it was like she was handing Zohran the keys to the city while reminding him that every New Yorker was watching. It was authentic. It was powerful. And it set the tone for what followed. As soon as Whoopi spoke, the celebrity floodgates opened. Actors, comedians, and musicians all joined the conversation, some cheering, some debating, some simply wanting to participate. One thing became clear: Zohran Mamdani was no longer just a name on a ballot. He had become a movement, and this was only the beginning. Following Whoopi's commentary, Hollywood seemed to awaken. Big names began to chime in, not with empty hashtags, but with tangible, hands-on support. Zohran wasn't just another politician to them. He symbolized something bigger, a new kind of leadership blending activism, authenticity, and true New York grit. The first major celebrity to step forward was Mark Ruffalo, known to many as the Hulk, but off-screen, one of Hollywood's most outspoken advocates for social and environmental justice. Mark didn't simply send congratulations from afar. He actively joined the campaign's final push alongside comedian Alana Glazer. He volunteered on phone banks, personally calling New Yorkers and urging them to vote. Imagine it, Mark Ruffalo, the Marvel star, in a busy community office, headphones on, smiling as he says, "Hi, this is Mark. I'm calling about the election." It was a moment that dissolved the barrier between celebrity and citizen, showing people that this truly mattered. He wasn't alone. Soon after, another Hollywood icon entered the scene, Wallace Shawn, the distinctive voice of Rex from Toy Story and the witty mind behind The Princess Bride. At 79, he was spotted in the East Village handing out flyers, knocking on doors, and speaking to voters directly about why they should support Zohran Mamdani. Fans were amazed to see him out there, raincoat on, engaging with New Yorkers as naturally as if it were part of his daily routine. And it worked. That kind of dedication made an impression. It demonstrated that this wasn't politics as usual. This was a cause people genuinely believed in.
Why Mamdani?
We have to move forward. Have to move forward for equality for New Yorkers to make this, again, the greatest city in the world.
Then came Spike Lee, a man who doesn't just make films, he makes statements. Spike is the embodiment of New York, a storyteller, an activist, a visionary. During an interview with CNN's Victor Blackwell, he spoke about Zohran Mamdani's victory in a way that immediately became iconic. He said simply, New York has to move forward and equality has to be at the center of that progress. Zohran isn't just a politician. He's a signal, a sign that the city can still surprise itself. Spike's words weren't mere commentary, they were a seal of approval. Coming from him, they carried immense weight. Spike Lee's New York is the pulse of every story about justice, culture, and resilience. When he declared that Zohran's win represented a step toward making New York great again, not the slogan, but the spirit, people listened. It was a symbolic handoff, one generation of storytellers passing the mic to the next. His message spread across social media. Directors, actors, and everyday fans reshared the clip. Many called it the speech that captured New York's soul, but what followed moved the story from powerful to surreal. Enter Ramy Youssef, comedian, actor, and one of the sharpest voices of his generation. Ramy didn't just show support online, he turned his admiration into comedy. On Saturday Night Live, he brought Zohran Mamdani into the spotlight in a way no one expected.
Hello, everyone. I'm happy to be here, and I'm ready to spend the next hour hearing my opponents pronounce my name in ways you couldn't begin to imagine. And I know some of you are out there scared of the idea of a young socialist Muslim mayor, so allow me to put you at ease by smiling after every answer in a way that physically hurts my face.
Ramy's impression of Zohran was flawless. The suit, the tone, the smile, every detail captured perfectly. But it wasn't mean-spirited. It was clever, respectful, and full of admiration. This wasn't a parody of a politician. It was a tribute to a historic moment. The audience loved it. The sketch went viral almost immediately, amassing millions of views online, and Ramy didn't stop there. Right after the show, he FaceTimed Zohran to show him the costume and share a laugh, making the moment personal and memorable.
Yo! Is that my tie?
Dude. I mean, it's pretty close. We got the tie, we got the rings.
You got the...
I got the red bracelet. We got the whole thing. I got the red bracelet, the rings, and then, you know, man, we did your smile.
Let me see that.
Oh my god, dude.
This is wild. I can't wait to see it, man.
The video of Zohran and Ramy laughing together, a newly elected mayor and a comedian connecting over a parody, quickly went viral. Fans flooded the comments sharing their excitement. This was the kind of energy politics needs. One viewer wrote, "Real, fun, and human," and they were right. It showed that you could take politics seriously without losing your joy. Even SNL's Bowen Yang joined the wave of support. He posted a selfie wearing a Zohran for Mayor t-shirt and added a simple, heartfelt caption about making New York affordable for everyone.
We're so lucky to have Zohran as a candidate. Let's give him all the support he needs. Let's make New York City more affordable for everybody.
By this point, the movement had grown beyond anyone's expectations. What began as a grassroots campaign had officially become a pop culture phenomenon. Hollywood wasn't just watching Zohran Mamdani rise, they were helping him climb. From film sets to comedy stages, from activists to A-listers. Everyone was finding ways to join the moment. As this wave of energy spread across the country, one thing became clear: this wasn't just a victory for a city, it was a statement heard worldwide. Zohran Mamdani was no longer just a politician. He had become a movement. Every outlet, from Hollywood gossip pages to political talk shows, buzzed with his name and image. The story had transcended politics. It was about energy, authenticity, and perfect timing. Somehow, this young man from Queens had achieved the seemingly impossible, making politics exciting again. And as coverage intensified, the next wave of support came from someone who understood what it meant to fight for change in New York City. Cynthia Nixon, Emmy-winning actress best known as Miranda Hobbs from Sex and the City, had long been a vocal advocate for equality and education, and she had even run for governor. So she knew the harsh realities of politics. When Cynthia cast her early vote, she made her stance clear. Zohran wasn't just another candidate. He was a symbol of progress. She called him brilliant and young, a phrase that immediately went viral online. Fans loved it, seeing it as if Miranda Hobbs herself were endorsing a new generation of New York leadership. It was a perfect crossover moment, Hollywood nostalgia meeting real-world activism. The internet instantly had a new favorite political duo. Then came an unexpected twist. Emily Ratajkowski, model, author, and activist, turned her support into something bigger. Rather than a simple post or tweet, she launched an entire campaign, Hot Girls for Zohran. Clever, playful, and instantly viral, the campaign showcased her influence and ability to turn civic engagement into pop culture. Her video had that effortless energy. She's known for mixing empowerment with attitude. It wasn't preachy. It was fun, stylish, and bold in all the right ways.
It is Emily Ratajkowski and
Zohran Mamdani.
It's election day today. You need to get to the polls. They're open till 9 p.m. What else do they need to know?
Go to zohranfornyc.com/vote. You can find out where your poll site is and text your friends and family because we need everybody to come out.
The video Emily released showing Zohran standing side by side with her and encouraging people to vote went viral almost immediately. Within hours, it was being shared across Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Fans created their own versions, adding music, captions, and edits. It was the kind of campaign moment that didn't just reach voters, it reached everyone. Late night hosts picked up the clip, calling it the most 2025 thing ever. They joked that Emily Ratajkowski had somehow turned politics into a fashion statement. But beneath the humor was genuine admiration. Many felt she had made activism approachable again, something to celebrate, not just debate, and she wasn't alone. More celebrities began speaking out. Lupita Nyong'o, the Oscar-winning actress known for her poise and intelligence, revealed she had known Zohran for years. Her message was quiet but powerful. He possessed the calm of a listener and the drive of a leader. It wasn't just an endorsement, it was a personal reflection from someone who clearly respected him deeply. Lupita's post gave the movement a sense of sincerity that reached far beyond fan circles. Then came a surprise from across the globe. Pop superstar Lorde praised Zohran's clear vision for a fairer, more compassionate New York. Even though she wasn't an American voter, her words reached millions, marking a rare moment where global pop culture and U.S. politics intersected. Fans quickly dubbed Zohran the first mayor with international celebrity support. Screenshots of Lorde's post went viral, making the campaign feel like a worldwide phenomenon, but not everyone was celebrating. While some stars cheered, others were skeptical. Rap legend, businessman, and professional headline maker 50 Cent weighed in, and the internet exploded. True to form, he didn't hold back. He posted an image of a tombstone reading RP NYC with the caption, "NYC finished." It was sharp, cold, and instantly viral. Within minutes, his post had thousands of comments, some laughing, some angry, all engaged. News outlets covered it. Reaction videos popped up. Commentators debated its meaning. Some said it was just 50 being 50. Others saw it as a warning about the city's unpredictable politics. Either way, everyone was talking, but here's where it got interesting. Zohran didn't take the bait. No snarky replies, no angry posts, no official statements, just silence. When reporters finally asked him about it, he smiled, leaned toward the microphone, and repeated the same 4 words that had already defined his campaign. That was it. 4 words: confident, grounded, and sharp. And somehow, that short answer said everything. It wasn't defensive, it wasn't petty, it was powerful. Within hours, his response was trending. Fans turned it into memes, edits, and soundtracks. Tweets read, "He really said turn the volume up," and ended the conversation. It became a symbol of self-control, strength, and poise. That moment marked Zohran Mamdani's official crossover. He wasn't just a politician anymore. He was a cultural figure, a voice of the people, standing firm in his own rhythm. As reactions continued pouring in, it was clear Zohran wasn't just winning, he was setting the tone for a new era of political storytelling. By sunrise, Zohran Mamdani was everywhere. Every network displayed his face. Every social feed featured his quote. Entertainment outlets tied his name to Hollywood's biggest stars. What started as a local election had turned into a nationwide phenomenon. Late-night shows were running skits about him. Podcasts dissected his ride. News anchors debated whether he had just changed politics forever. It wasn't just the victory that captured attention, it was how he won. The charisma, the message, the emotion, it all felt different. Commentators began calling him the politician with celebrity energy, a label that stuck because it rang true. Fans online started calling him the people's mayor. They weren't just rooting for him, they were invested. For the first time in a long while, a politician didn't feel out of reach. He didn't sound rehearsed. He didn't act like a brand. He was real, relatable, human. That authenticity set Zohran apart. He could enter a press conference and make it feel like a conversation at a neighborhood cafe. He could discuss policy in a way that sounded like common sense rather than political theater. That ability to connect everyday life with the spectacle of celebrity made him magnetic. He didn't need to chase cameras, they came to him. His words carried weight not because they were perfectly scripted, but because they were honest. Even his pauses, expressions, and laughter felt genuine. It reminded people of what politics could be if it stopped pretending to be untouchable. The internet adored him for it. Twitter threads, YouTube tributes, and TikTok edits appeared faster than anyone could track. Some were funny, others emotional, but all shared a common theme: admiration. "He makes me want to care again," one comment read. Another said, "For once, a politician that sounds like us." Even critics acknowledged he had something special, a kind of confidence that didn't feel fake. He wasn't just part of the system. He was challenging it from within. Behind him stood a growing army of celebrity supporters who had amplified the movement. Whoopi Goldberg's heartfelt call for accountability had set the tone. Mark Ruffalo and Alana Glazer's hands-on volunteering added heart. Spike Lee's powerful words brought cultural weight. Rami Youssef's SNL sketch contributed humor and soul. Emily Ratajkowski turned civic engagement into a movement. Lupita Nyong'o gave it grace and credibility. And Lorde, from across the ocean, gave it global reach. Even 50 Cent's harsh criticism had only added fuel to the fire, reminding everyone that power never comes without pushback. In truth, every reaction, every headline, every viral post made Zohran Mamdani more visible, more compelling, and more unshakable. His ability to handle both admiration and criticism with calm confidence transformed him from a politician into a cultural figure. Suddenly, he was being mentioned alongside entertainers, activists, and innovators, not because he was chasing fame, but because he had something fame couldn't buy: authenticity. The remarkable part, he was just getting started. Zohran had gone from borough rallies to international headlines, from local debates to fan-made highlight edits, from an underdog with impossible odds to the face of modern political culture. Through it all, he remained unshaken. No scandals, no media meltdowns, just steady focus and a quiet faith in the people who believed in him. That's why his story resonated so deeply. For once, it didn't feel like politics, it felt like possibility. It reminded people that leadership doesn't have to be cold, calculated, or distant. It can be passionate, creative, artistic, even joyful. It can reflect the people it serves. This was the moment the world realized Zohran Mamdani wasn't just leading New York, he was redefining what leadership could be. When activism, artistry, and authenticity combine, you don't just win elections, you ignite a cultural revolution. And that's exactly what it felt like, a revolution unfolding in real time. The city was watching, Hollywood was watching, and Zohran, He remained calm, centered, and ready for whatever came next. He stood once more before a roaring crowd and a wall of cameras and delivered the same line that had carried him from an unknown candidate to America's most talked about name. Turn the volume up. 4 words: sharp, proud, defiant. It was no longer just a catchphrase. It had become an identity, a promise. A challenge.it was a call to action. Keep speaking, keep showing up, keep believing that the people's voices can still shake the system. And whether you agreed with him or not, one thing was undeniable: Zohran Mamdani had changed the game. He blurred the lines between politics and pop culture, between message and movement. Between mayor and myth.as, the city lights flickered in celebration and the world watched. One truth became clear: this story was only beginning. We don't just cover the news, we watch history unfold, frame by frame, headline by headline. And whatever comes next, trust me, it's going to be even louder.